if the parents are psychoeducated, then it becomes easier for them to deal with the child and stand up for the child.
So I think it also gets hard for parents or caregivers to take care of children, right? So there is something called caregiver burnout, where parents or caregivers of children with a diagnosis experience immense amount of stress. Are there few tips you can give parents with children who have been diagnosed with ADHD?
Sure. So just a trivia that ADHD comes under neurodivergence, right? In DSM it comes under autistic spectrum disorders. So there's autism, and then there is ADHD, and then there could be a mix of both. Such people are called neurodivergent, which is not equal to abnormal.
Yes.
Which is very important to understand. They have a different way of functioning in life, and there are strategies that can be taught to deal with certain difficulties or executive dysfunction. The problem arises wherein parents try to drag them and change them and convert them into neurotypicals, right? Everybody has got quirks. Nobody is perfect. We all have different ways of functioning. What is important is to realize that it is not abnormal, but it is not neurotypical as well. So you need to understand that they can have their own way of functioning, without making them feel like they are inadequate in something or they are inferior to somebody. So parents overburden themselves a lot in terms of trying to drag the child to fit into the society. Who sets the standards anyway?
Yes.
Is my question, right? So if the parents are psychoeducated, then it becomes easier for them to deal with the child and stand up for the child. It is, in my personal opinion, the best way to destigmatize. When parents are psychoeducated. So parents need to be psychoeducated regarding what symptoms to look for. When the child is being hyperactive, when the child has got too many issues with behavior or conduct, if the child is becoming aggressive, violent, and if the child has got difficulty recovering from a low phase, from an emotional outburst, if there are frequent emotional burnouts, if the child is taking too long to do the normal chores like brushing the teeth, like watching TV, if there is procrastination, all these symptoms are judged and misunderstood by the society and parents. The parent is trying to discipline the child and put the child into the routine, but on the contrary, routine, mundane tasks are extremely boring for people with ADHD. It gets difficult. They need a routine, but they have this novelty-seeking trait that makes routine boring, and it becomes difficult for them to stick to a routine.
Yes.
These are the areas wherein it becomes challenging because of the nuances of ADHD. So if parents spot these signs, please reach out to a mental health professional who could psychoeducate you better, tell you if at all your child has got ADHD or not. So yeah, that's when I think parents can work on their own stress. Also, it is important to note that the child is kind of catching the vibe, right? It is important for parents to be regulated around the child.
The child can read the room.
Exactly. So it is easier said than done, but if the strategies are learnt, it somewhere becomes easy to not blame the child. So yeah.
Click on the bell icon to watch our latest videos.